this section, we are going to start adding materials, and I decided to start with the windows. So first of all, I am going to keep just one copy of this window. I would say this one probably. And then I'm just going to replace them, the rest of them. Apply here. I don't need this. Good. And now if we remove the light, let me put it like unlit. Now you can see that the windows literally, they don't have any material, which is not perfect. So what I'm going to do is to add the materials for this one. And this is the one I found in Quixel Bridge. Let me present it to you. Let's go to Quixel content, and you can find it as wooden planks. And in wooden planks is this one. This is the one I selected, wooden planks. This is the one I downloaded, and let's use it. So first of all, I can, for example, I can select, I think I want to try something first. So I'm going to duplicate the previous one, and I'm going to say this is going to be probably planks darker. This is a new material instance, and I want to use this one. So let me move it to the object. Now you can see that the materials is starting to work, but you can also see that in some cases, like in this one, the material is kind of stretched a bit on the surface, and here you can notice even more. And I don't want to create this this effect. Is wrong. I don't want to do that. So what are we going to do? Let me undo this. First, I wish to take this window. Let me move it away from here. Good, to work easily on this section. And the first part is I'm going to separate all these objects. In fact, what I'm going to do is move the window totally away from here, so I can, let me use the light just to see how far away I was. Okay, I'm too far away, so it's not necessarily to do. It's not necessary to do this. And now let's remove again the light. I want to work with these elements independently, and I don't want to confuse them with the rest. So as this is a group at this moment, I'm going to ungroup with Shift G. Now I can select one object like this one and work with it. So the first part is about the problem of that is very noticeable with this one in particular, when I added the materials. So what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to add the material. It's not going to look perfect, but let's add it for a second. Now I will go to the modeling tool, our usual suspect, and in the UVs, I am going to select UV Unwrap. And for Unwrap, you have the texture resolution that you can use in this case. I'm going to select by default 1024. Probably it's going to be a bit more, but let's accept this. So at this moment, you can see that the pieces of wood are really, really big. And that's not what I want. I want to make them maybe a bit less big. And for that, what I'm going to use is the Layouts UV. So you can see this is the reference of how big it's looking. You have always this reference when working in this mode. And what I want to play with is the scale. The scale right now is 1, and I want the scale to be very, very small. Let's say, I'm going to say the scale is going to be 4. And now let me get closer to my object. Now it's looking much, much better. And let's go to the top. In the top is looking as well much better. So this is what I want. This is exactly what I'm looking for. All right, let's apply the same thing for the rest of the objects. Now, for some of them are going to be more noticeable than for the rest. So I'm just going to, right now, to be careful about the ones that are going to matter to me. The others, they don't. And what is important is to use this material, because I'm going to make some changes to this material later on. So let's use this one, for example, and apply the same procedure. So first, the UV unwrap, 1024, good. And now let's go to the layouts UV and the same scale for excellent. And that's it. It's just repeating this process. In this case, I can remove this with this one or just apply the same procedure, which will be first, let me add the material. I forgot to add the material. And I'm going to add the material to this one and to this one. For all of them, I don't know if I can, let me see if I can select them all and then apply the, no, I can't. Sadly, I can't. So UV unwrap first. Good. Okay, for this one, UV unwrap as well. And for this one, UV unwrap. Good. And now let's play with the scale. I think that the scale, well, right now, look at that. Right now, they're looking very, very similar one to the other. And they are so similar that look that the is the same design for all of them, which is not exactly the perfect conditions. What I could do is create another instance for this same object and move and play a little bit with the texture. At this moment, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to focus to finish this. Now let's go. Select that one here, 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 here. Excellent. And bottom. Let me go to the bottom. And this one as well. Why I wanted to use this material? Well, because I want this to be a bit darker. I don't want it so light. Let me present it to you now with light. As you can see, it's very clear. I don't want this. I want to make a material a bit more darker. Inside the instance of the material, which is this one here, remember that we created a copy. I'm going to use this instance. I'm sorry, and then I'm going to select the albedo. And in the albedo, which is white currently, I'm going to move it very, very to the dark side. I'm going to select OK, save. I'm changing the material, and now it should change the materials for the rest of the object. Let me check. Probably it's because the light. Let me confirm. Yes, correct. It's because of the light. This is still very dark. I'm sorry, it has a lot of light at this moment. And to prove it, let's use this one a moment. And there you can see what is the difference between the two objects. All right, now let's put the window where it should be. First of all, I am going to group all the elements again of the window. So let me select them. Let me select them all. I think they all should be here, belonging to the window. Yes. So Control G to select them all. Confirming. Yeah, everything is working. Excellent. And now let's move this window inside. Okay. And let's place the window where it should be. We didn't move the height, so the height should be all right. Let's go to the position just here. And right now it's too much. Let me move it a bit to this. And now let's get it closer inside. Excellent. Let me check. Looking good here. Not so much on this. Let's move 1 point and 2. Oh, so much. Yes. There we go. Probably, let me move it just one more. Aha. And excellent. This is very, very good. All right. Now, let's go to the next one. The next one will be, let me put it like by 50s. I want to create a copy of this object and move it to this position. Now I have to, let's put it on 1. Let's put it on 5 and see. Not enough for, let's say for this side, it's not enough. Correct. Let's move it to 1. And now, and here. Good. And good. Excellent. Let's continue the process. Now, I wish to take the other 2s. And as the walls are the same size, I probably can take 2 of them and just move them the same space. So let's take 10s and move them by 10s. Oh, not that one. Alt and move them. And now let's center them. And once I have one center, the other should be centered as well. Fantastic. This one center and this one center. Thanks to keeping a good relation of the space, we have our scene ready with all the windows that we created. So let's save all. Don't forget to do that. And now we have the texture for the first part. If I unlit this, you can see that all the windows has the texture already assigned. Now we're going to continue adding more textures to the rest of the scene.